I'm Litho, and today we harvest peppers and that. Hey, welcome back to Pittsburgh Home Garden. Today we are going to prune my pepper bed and do the almighty harvest because I have a bunch of oversized peppers that either need to get eaten, processed, or whatever. These things need to come off the plant. Because if you let your peppers get over ripened on the actual stem, it essentially tells the plant that it has completed its life cycle. So it will stop producing fruits. And here in zone 6A, my season is short enough. So I'm going to try to get all the peppers I possibly can. But first, I'd really need to do some staking I got some old PVC pipe and some string, because these babies are starting to fall over. First, before I get into the nitty-gritty of the video, I feel like I should explain what this structure is. It is a 8-foot by 5-foot deep box, essentially, that I built probably in early spring. I really had an idea of creating a space where I could control the temperature a bit more. There was a lot of plastic on top and here on the back. So on our sketchy zone 6A spring mornings or spring nights when it was still dropping below 50 degrees, I was able to control the temperature a lot more in here. Thus, the success of all these peppers. Last year, I was not able to get any peppers at all, and this year I have an abundance, so much so that I'm kind of kicking myself in the butt for not getting out here sooner. This is the most peppers I have ever grown in my gardening career thus far, and immediately I know next year I will not be planting my peppers so close. You know, I was so desperate to just get a pepper win that I filled this little space with as many peppers as possible, because I didn't know what peppers would make it or which ones wouldn't. So lucky enough, all of them seem to have made it. And I have been a bad plant daddy by not staking these things up and making sure that they stay secure. So I'm going to get to work and I'm going to harvest while doing so. Yeah, and I'll make sure to put these pepper varieties on the screen so you can see them. Before I do anything else, I'm just going to go ahead and take the fruit off of these plants that are leaning so I don't accidentally break any stems. So this beautiful behemoth right here is filled with a bunch of jalapenos, I believe. Let me check the tag. Yes, these are just jalapenos, and I mean, look at the size of these things. They are simply all over the plant. Yeah, so let me get these off real quick. One thing with your peppers, you kind of want to be careful when you pick them. Sometimes you can think you're just about to snatch the fruit off, the actual pepper, and then you end up taking half a stem. So I'm going to be using my pruners, which I never really use. I should use more often. There's going to be a lot of hot sauce here at the Pittsburgh Home Garden this winter season. Great examples of why you should prune not only your pepper plants, but any other plant that you tend to grow more closely. Because of the lack of airflow, things like disease runs rampant on some of these plants, and it just causes a very humid, moldy environment where you end up losing entire fruits. Now this is a bell pepper, which anybody who knows anything about peppers know that bell peppers suck because they take so long to grow and to actually get some. And because I was just being, neglectful, I lose. But actually, here's a good one, a semi-decent one. It has a little bit of damage. Yeah, it actually has a decent amount of damage. Look at that. there's bugs living in here. To nature, that you go. I do have a couple nice ones though that just need to be washed off. Some people might be asking, what are you actually pruning on your pepper plant? Because there is a difference between like pruning and topping. LOL. But when you top a pepper plant, you're essentially cutting off the very top of it so it could stop growing up. And that's not necessarily the same as the type of pruning that I'm doing right now. I'm essentially taking side stems that are very thin or damaged off the plant so it can focus all its energy on what's going on up top. I still want these peppers to grow upwards because I think I still have maybe 2 months of growth before I have to get them ready for overwintering. So here we are on the other back end of the bed, where I essentially need to do the same thing. As you can see from the footage, the airflow on this side is so much better that you can almost see through it and actually see other peppers growing. So I essentially have to do the same thing here. But first, I have to take off what has to be one of the more prolific of the plants. I believe these are my hot bananas. These are. And I mean, just within 2 seconds of harvesting, look at this. Wonderful harvest. And again, I have to thank all the wonderful rain that we have been getting here in Zone 6A. Beautiful Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Yeah, just look at the beautiful size of these things. And I actually love cooking with hot bananas because even though they are hot, they're not as hot as, you know, your extremes. Right next to this hot banana, I have a orange bell, which doesn't seem to be producing a lot. Again, bell peppers take forever because, I mean, look at the size of a bell pepper compared to a jalapeno, you know. But this apparently will turn orange if I let it. I don't know if I will. With the luck I had with the purple, I'm gonna take all the bell peppers I possibly can right now. Right next to that is the absolute monster of prolificness, the chili red. Look at this. I am pulling off bundles. Almost on every stem, there are bundles like this. And again, I could leave these on the plant to let them go fully red, but I kind of don't have a reason to. You know, besides aesthetic appeal, there are so many on this plant that if I let them all go red, I won't have any more baby fruit setting probably for the next 2 months. So, you know, with peppers, it's kind of like pick them when you got them. I'm gonna go ahead and prune these up. Welcome to the other side of this magnificent pepper bed that is just filled with, you know, beauty, love, joy, whatever adjective. So I'm gonna go ahead and start right here because these babies are heavy. And these are my gypsy sweet peppers. So from this angle, you can really get a sense on how bad some of these plants were, you know, just falling on the ground. Like this entire jalapeno plant is changing its whole direction of growth because of all of these jalapenos. From this top view angle, I believe you'll get a better sense of how filled, how tall this jalapeno tree has gotten. And it's just filled up. I actually had to get another harvesting bowl because that pan just isn't going to do its job. For real. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the pruning these. I just cut up some longer stakes. Gonna add these to the longer plants that need them because they're still very floppy. Before I do the full prune on this side, I figure I might as well share. These are some more chili reds that are just absolutely prolific. And beside it, I have Lunchbox Orange, which has not turned orange yet, and just for sakes of, you know, color differentiation, I am going to leave a good amount of these peppers on there because I actually do want to see some true colors from the peppers, since, you know, I am certainly not wanting for peppers. And right now, here is the after. As you can see the bottom of plants, just a lot more airflow that we'll be able to get through. I don't even know what these babies are, but they are popping. Check this. I don't know what these are. Should I find out if they're hot or not? They are not hot. That could have been dangerous. These are cayenne bells. Yeah. So right next to these Cajun bells, I have this giant cayenne that is so filled. I just love the aesthetic look of a cayenne pepper plant with these long, almost pea pod looking peppers. These are so cool, especially if I would let a lot of them go to red, which I think I might. I'm certainly going to take a good amount right now. They're amazing. Back here in the corner, which is so sad, are my shishitos, which I hear are always a very prolific plant. And I've never really cooked with them. And I really need to look at some recipes to see how to properly utilize them. Look at these big old shishitos. Well, that does it for me. The pepper bed is looking a lot happier. My cup is filled to the brim with peppers. I couldn't ask for a better harvest. More to come with this pepper bed because I will be overwintering a good amount of these in my new extended greenhouse. So please subscribe, leave a comment, and, you know, tell your friends that you can grow tons of peppers in Pittsburgh. Thanks for watching. See you later.